You made it back. Hi, get comfortable, sit down, grab your drink. You got your snacks, you got everything you need. Today on Deep It with your good sis K, we're doing Jonah and the whale. If you have suggested the Bible stories you want to see, give me a minute, I'll get to it. I assure you. Just put it in the comments or on our Insta, deep_it_with. The editor's gonna put it over here somewhere. Let's just get straight to the story and then we'll talk about it a little bit after, chop it up, and you tell me what you think, yeah? Today's story is Jonah and the whale. I'm giving you my interpretation as always. Right, let me get into the story and tell you about Uncle Jonah. So Uncle Jonah is an elder. He's very well respected in the community. People come to him for advice and everything. He knows what he's talking about and he loves her reasoning. So Jonah and many of the Israelites had a deep-seated issue with the people of Nineveh. Yeah, so Nineveh don't like Israelites. Israelites don't like the Ninevites. So when Jonah's gone home, relaxing, chilling, come home from work or whatever, God spoke to him. But actually spoke to him, not like in David and Goliath, where God's backed him with the sheep and that. No, God's directly spoke to Jonah.
Jonah, I have something to tell you.
God's asked him to go to the people of Nineveh, of all people, the same people where David and his people them care. Yeah, God's asked him, go there. God was unhappy with that place. So he said, look, go there, warn them about me. Yeah, tell them how I'm a God of grace. Yeah, I'm a loving God, and show them how I've helped you. Be testimony to me. But also warn them that if they're not moving, I need them to be moving and following the ways, yeah? They're not reading the book of life and adhering to the scriptures. If they're not balancing on the scales like the 42 precepts of Martyr, if their art is not as light as a feather, tell them I'm destroying everything and everyone in that whole area, yeah? So it's not a joke. I'm gonna mash it down. So go there and tell them. He said they're under the rule of this selfish and lazy king, make it worse, yeah? And he's corrupt. He's not going to help them. So Jonah doesn't want to go because he knows how the people stay. So he's protesting like, oh God, it's not going to work. Like, God, these people, like, we were just talking about how useless they are. So God said, give them a chance, yeah? My will be done, not yours, Jonah. So now Jonah's deeped it and he's freaking out because he doesn't want to disobey God, but he don't want to go there. I just sat with God and talked about how the place is wicked and corrupt. I want to go there and save these same people. So what does Jonah do? A runner.
Run.
Gone. Jonah's gone. As soon as God left him, was like, Nineveh. That's the place. I got the place wrong. So he's like, Nineveh, me. So Jonah does a runner from God. God, you know, he who's up there sees all. Jonah's doing runner. Anyway, Jonah does a runner from God. He's traveling over deserts and foreign land and them things. He gets to the seaside, yeah? Is it seaside? The side of the sea. Was it a port? He gets somewhere where there's water and with a whale in it, obviously. But the whale's not there yet. He finds a ship now with these pagan sailors and he's begged the captain for a ride, and the captain's like, alright, go on. So you know they're pagan sailors. You don't know these people and you're jumping on a boat to just go out to sea with them, and you're on a runner from God. So you think God don't notice the pagans? Hey, get on your pagan boat, Jonah. So he's on the boat chilling. He notices the pagan sailors are now worshipping their idols. It's wooden statues and objects made of stone, and it's moon god and sun god and sea god and this god and that god and bagger gods, lowercase g. Enough gods, there's a lot of gods. But Jonah says nothing. He didn't say a word to them. He put his foot down, went to sleep. So obviously God's like, really? And sent a storm to rock up the boat. God's going, yeah? Boat's going, Jonah's sleeping. The boat's rocking, you know. Jonah's like, yeah? So the pagan sailors are like, is man still sleeping through all of this? Wake him up, wake him up. They say, wake him up and tell him to pray to whoever his God is, because they're all praying to theirs and it's not working. So they say a man down, they say, hey, ask that weird guy that jumped on don't even know us. Tell him to pray, add his God to the collection, pray to his God too. Jonah, big on God, pray. Jonah, can't you see what's happening? They're all panicking, freaking out, all over the boat, doing pagan running. This is how Jonah was actually acting. When he woke up and saw the storm, because he slept through it, he didn't know. He woke up, he's like, it's me, I'm done out here. Dash man, get rid of me. I'm a liability right now. Just let man drown, yeah? Very dramatics. The boatmen are like, nah, we can't do you like that, Jonah. We can't dash you over, Jonah. Nah, don't say that, Jonah. But eventually it got too much. So they're like, ah, cool, Jonah. Hey, you, grab his leg. And then they had Jonah like this there. And doing him at his leg, yeah. And then there's just like, you know, they swing him. They're free, loved man in. Yeah. And as soon as Jonah's body touched sea, storm stop. Quiet, calm. You see, so they already knew, they was assured that it definitely was him, definitely was Jonah. And that says something, because it's a boat full of pagans, you know, and none of them got rocked, none of them got dashed off, it was Jonah, yeah, disobeying. So as he licks the water now, and the storm stops, and it's quiet, the boat stops rocking, a whale comes, swallows Jonah, yeah? How would I do a whale swallowing Jonah? You don't expect too much from me. He hits the water, storm stops, whale comes, yeah? Right. So Jonah's inside the belly, it stinks, it's uncomfortable. Think cold, damp, dark fish market, yeah? Smells bad. Everyday sushi, he's got time to reflect, you know. Jonah's stressed out, he's regretting it. Should have just gone Nineveh. All this storm and sea and sushi would have been avoided. So he starts praying. Praise day 1, praise day 2, praise day 3, praise day 4. Day 4, God has mercy on him. He chokes him up. Not God chokes him up, the whale chokes him up. So the whale chokes him up on land. See Jonah squinting, because he's been in the belly, innit? His eyes, the sun's all bright for Jonah. And then he hears God again. That's a look at it. I didn't think I did on the look. Give me a like if the look was good. Give me a thumbs down if the look needs improvement. I don't mind. Be honest with me. I'll work on it. This is my look. That one, my kids know. Because it usually comes with a, oh. So God's like, you thought it's hard to wear? Am I see? I gave you clear instructions to go save the people and you thought what? This is a joke. You underestimated me, Jonah. Jonah. Do I have to get the belt? He was, Jonah had him vexed, but obviously he's still giving him the grace because he's choked him out of the whale's mouth. But he has to still let Jonah know, this is serious. I don't just appear to every human every day, be asking them to go save people, Jonah. Go do what I asked you to do. Jonah said, alright, I hear you. Let me go do that. Sorry again. Because obviously he has to humble himself. It's God. So Jonah's gone Nineveh, probably still stinking of the whale. Been a long week. He's got there. He gathers crowd. He's told them about the love of God, about his grace, his wonders, his mercies. And then he's also warned them about God's wrath when you don't obey his rules. And the people listened. They never even stressed Jonah out. So the people are all like, what? Is that God? They're all excited. Like, they're all not second guessing him, not questioning him. They're like, that your God, yeah? Ah, cool. I'll check him out. What is it? Church? Christ Church or... Alright, I'll go check out your God. Like, you know, they get the leaflet and say, yeah? Alright, cool. I'll take that. Thank you. But they don't just dash it. They actually go. They really like, he saved them. That's the point of it. He saved them. He goes to the king last and he says, your problems. You're selfish. You're corrupting the people, leading them astray. Are you not ashamed? But the king takes it to heart. He actually feels it. He's like, rah. It's true, Jonah. It's true. So when I'm reading it, when I got to this part, I was thinking, this is too easy. Like, it's just gone to tell the way. I thought people was going to be like, oh, Jonah, get this is Nineveh. You stay there, Jonah. This is Nineveh. Go back to Israel, yeah? That's what I thought they was going to be like. But they was all receptive. All the king, he got so humble that he took his kingly clothes off and put himself in a cloth sack just to humble himself. Walked on the road like that. Always, y'all saw him. But he explained to her later. So anyway, the king's feeling shame. The people start change. And God ends up sparing the land. Pause. When God himself asks you to do something, make sure you do it. Yeah? So would you believe me if I told you that even after everything, desert, storm, sea, sushi, whale, he was holding on to the old feelings that he had from way back with the rest of his Israelites. Remember at the beginning of the story, they was mad about the people in there. But he was holding on to that. Holding on. Yeah? Pick up my grand. Private joke. After talking to the king and all them crowds and getting them saved, he was still vexed. Big mad. He was hurting. Grudging the people from whatever problems and isms he had with them from before. He's gone through all of this and actually converted them. He saved them. He showed them the way, the truth and the light, and they've actually fixed their ways, and God spared the land. And he's hurting, he's regretful. God had a word with him though. He said, relax, yeah? Relax. They're different people now. I've been in a situation before, more than one, where I'm at a stage now where I choose my battles. I try not to get drawn out into unnecessary drama, because you go outside and people will have dirty, angry, bad energy and they'll transfer it to you and you unknowingly take it. So when I'm around people, especially people I don't know, I choose my battles. But there's been times, and this is what I feel like he's feeling. I'm understanding him a little bit, because there's been times where I've walked away from an altercation or a disagreement, a fight or whatever. I've walked away, I've said, no, I'm not doing this. The devil is a liar. The devil's a liar. You're not joining me out. No, not even worth it. And I walk away. And that night, 2 days later, 2 weeks later, 1 month later, I'm seething, foaming from the mouth, you know, in the corners, so you get the white bits. That doesn't happen to me, but I should have, coulda, woulda. I regret it. I wish that I'd actually said something or done something or spoke up. But that's kind of, I guess, what he was feeling, because God told him to do it. He didn't want to, he didn't like them in the first place. And then even when he tried to run away from doing it, God drew him back, flung him in a well, said, stay there till you learn your lesson, yeah? Time out 4 days straight. He regretted it because he didn't like them. So one of the endings for this story, the most prominent one, the one that appears in most of the Bible versions, but they do kind of end in different ways. So to sum it up, he's vexed, he's upset that he's saved these people's lives, and he's gone on a hill to sulk. He's looking down on the people of Nineveh and he's screwing them and he's vexed, and so it's hot. He doesn't even care that he's hot, he's that mad. And then God plants a seed and make a tree grow overnight. So he's sitting there overnight. And then in the morning, when the sun comes back out and it's hot again, the tree is now over Jonah's head. This seed where God's planted has overnight grown into a tree. And so the next day, when it's hot and he's all sweating, like he was the day before, the tree has now come over him and shaded him, so it's cooled down a little bit. He's still sitting there screwing the people, but he's enjoying the shade of the tree. So the next day, God sends a worm to come eat the tree from the inside or the root. And then the tree mash up, yeah? So the next day now it's hot and he's on the hill screwing, he ain't got no shade again. So now he loses it. He loses it. So God's like, look, let me show you something, yeah? The tree wasn't there when you first got there. You did not plant that tree, yeah? You didn't put nothing into that, and it weren't there when you got there. But look how vexed you are when it's gone. Now the tree's gone, you're losing your shit. You're losing your mind. So when all the people in Nevaeh get wiped out and destroyed, like I was planning on doing if he didn't save the people. How do you think I feel? You've saved the lineage of people. Because if you think logic, even if there was 20 different families in that town and there was a lot more, that's 20 different lineages, yeah? Or if they all keep in the same area and there's no incest, there'll be like 10 different families, yeah? Without the recessive genes and everything. So before I go, let me quickly give you my morals and my conclusions. Yeah, let me see. Let's just hope I'm not gonna read like a kid. My mum said when God himself asks you to do something, do it. He's not your little school friend where you can be like, nah, I'm not playing out today. He's not your boss where you can call in sick. If you told God you was gonna do it, if God said do that, do it, yeah? That's my first. Second, tip 2. I don't know if it's a metaphor for being trapped in life personally or he was actually trapped in a fish, but the message is the same. I feel like the point of that story and the reference to the fish was more that he was made stagnant. There was nothing Jonah could do with his life. He couldn't just get on with his life. That's the point. He ran away, so everything he was doing got disrupted. Any Galloway, he had that old or wife or whatever, his youths, his brethren, any plans he had, whatever food he wants to eat, he can't have a career. There's nothing. He's in a fish. There's nothing he can do. So I feel like that was the point of that he was just stagnant. And 3, God used one man to save a whole town of people. God used one man and saved a whole lineage of people. One man. I mean, I'm not Guy Nevaeh. He didn't ask me to. But if I could chat to 1-2 pagans and heathens and get them to change their ways, I'd be proud of myself. So big up Jonah in the end. Stick around for a couple more seconds. I'm going to give you some fun facts. I don't know if these facts are even fun. Some random pointers, just in case, like I said, you're here for the education as well as the entertainment. Nineveh is the capital city of the Assyrian Empire. Now I said that like I know the Assyrian Empire, but it's the capital city of that. So if you want to know where Nineveh is and you Google Maps it and you can't find it, check the Assyrian Empire and type that in the sat nav. You should at least get an image. Don't know if I told you that. In the end, my conclusion is I'm not really feeling Jonah. Like I said, I understand his predicament. He didn't want to do it anyway. He has the right to feel how he felt, but I just don't like people doing good things without the intent, without the good intention. I don't like that. So all the characters in the Bible, he's not a demon, but I'm not really feeling Uncle Jonah. Let me know what story I'm supposed to come with next. I also do interviews. I'm sure you've seen them. If you haven't seen them, click around, check it out. Follow me on Insta. Editor, if you don't mind, please, my darling, could you insert somewhere my DP handles? Like, subscribe, and all of them things that they did say.